It's Thursday, and that means we are back in Nutrition Educator Lynn Matava's kitchen. Here in Maryland, everyone has heard of crab cakes, my favorite, but how about Blue Catfish Cakes? Lynn shows us an easy recipe for some. Check it out.
We're going to do something a little different today. Today we're going to make a main dish course that's something you can get almost free, or free if you are a fisher man or woman on the Eastern Shore. But we have a species of fish here called blue catfish, which is an invasive species in the bay. They're eating all kinds of native species. They eat the plants, they eat the crabs, and they kind of disrupt the way of life here in the Chesapeake. So some very creative people have been figuring out ways that they can eat them. And one of the coolest things I saw was a couple years ago in Caroline County, there was a celebration for a kind of farm to table, school day, and the school was serving blue catfish cakes that they had made to use up this resource that is invading our bay. So what I've done is I have already steamed them. So I just took some chunks of fish and I put about an inch of water below in this pan and I steamed them. It probably took about 5 or 6 minutes, so they were all cooked through. And I borrowed this recipe for exact measurements, just to give you an idea of how to make these at your house, from the State of New York SNAP Ed page. But this was a recipe for salmon cakes. So you could use canned salmon or other fish that you have if you catch or someone gives you some local fish, or if you purchase some and you're looking for just a healthy, fish alternative to dinner or lunch. So I put them in this bowl here, and actually before I start adding things, I'm just going to take a fork. What's really cool about catfish is that it's a very mild fish. It's very flaky. My house doesn't smell fishy at all from steaming this right now, which is amazing. And I'm just kind of mashing it up. I probably have, I'd say just shy of a couple cups here, maybe a cup and a half, cup and 3/4. And then I'm going to add into that 1 egg. And the egg, along with some whole grain breadcrumbs, are what are going to hold this together. But then this is where you get a chance to be creative. You can add in whatever you might add if you were making fish cakes or crab cakes. I know almost every family on the Eastern Shore that eats crab cakes has their own, or in the state of Maryland for that matter, has their own crab cake recipe. I'm just gonna throw in some chives from my garden that I'm gonna snip in there for a little flavor and color. You could finely chop some onion in there if you wanted, maybe a tablespoon or 2. These are a little milder and they're going to add some color to it, which I like. Okay. I'm going to add just a little bit of mustard. We always put mustard in our crab cakes here, and I like that. This is Dijon. A little, maybe a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. A pinch of seafood seasoning. And I'm mixing this all together to make sure it gets all mixed around, and then I'm adding in a 1/2 cup of whole grain breadcrumbs, and I've got probably about a tablespoon of the whole grain cornmeal that I mixed in with it. I think cornmeal and catfish go well together, and we need something to kind of soak up all that egg so these aren't extremely eggy. But notice I didn't put any salad dressing or mayonnaise in here. I actually think it tends to make the texture of crab cakes a little bit more eggy than the egg does itself. Just like that. And so I am going to measure these out in here just to kind of keep them uniform. If you had nonstick spray, you could spray it on the pan. I'm just putting a little bit of oil. I'm just patting them down. You could sprinkle them with a little bit of paprika if you wanted a little color on there. I am going to just dab them ever so slightly with a little bit of this oil. And then they are going to go into my oven. I cooked the first batch, which I'm about to show you, at under a low broil for about 10 minutes. So you could put them in a 400-degree oven for about that time. But what I did here, see this batch I already have done, and then we're going to put these in the oven. And you can just see how pretty these came out. And just a great way, again, to help the bay and to feed your family. It's very nutritious, it's a good source of protein, and it really is just a way to kind of, help life here in the Chesapeake. So I hope you enjoy this and trying something new.